Hey y'all, I'm back with the scrapbooking process video, and this is for the Hip Kit Club using the September 2017 kits. And this is the sketch that I'm going to be working with today. There's a few other people that are using this sketch, so definitely check out the member forum on the Hip Kit Club Facebook, or on Facebook there's a member forum for the Hip Kit Club. Check that out because there you'll get to see the different takes on this sketch. So I'm super excited to be doing a scrapbooking layout. It's been a little while. I started off with a white piece of cardstock. Now this cardstock was super awesome. It's like heavyweight. It's probably American Crafts heavyweight cardstock, so it's definitely different than your typical American Crafts cardstock. And so I was really happy that we got that in the kit. I used some of the mist from the color kit along with the stencil from the color kit to make a background. So I just simply sprayed the stencil on. It's super subtle. It's got some yellow stars, and then I used one of I think the more red colors. I want to say that I used probably either the Caribbean Sunset. I think that's the one I used, maybe the Caribbean Sunset, in order to get that background. And then I kind of wiped it up with a towel just to make it look a little bit more muted, and I really loved the way that that looked. I'm using lots of pieces from the Paige Evans Turn the Page collection. I really love this floral paper. I think it's so pretty. And then I'm also using one of the papers. I think it might be from that same collection or maybe her previous one. It has some mint, it's like a mint background with some cream stars. So in the sketch, if you go back and look, it does have some circular elements kind of going up, vertically up the page, and then it has two pictures. And so even though the pictures look about the same size in the sketch, I wanted to kind of do something a little bit different. And of course, sketches can be really your take in any way that you want to recreate it. And so I think that's what's fun about them. You don't have to do it exact. And I really struggle with that sometimes. Like when I see something, sometimes in some ways I'm not black and white, but in some cases I can be. And then I'm like, wait, it's like, it's art, it's scrapbook. I can do scrapbooking. I can do, whatever I want. And so I loved the sketch. I think that it was so genius the way that it was done. And so I decided to kind of take my own route, and I ended up with kind of a fun page. So I'm excited for you guys to see the end result. So I used my circular punches to just cut out some punches. I use those a lot just for different things, for embellishments and for other to cut out printables and things like that. And then even though there's nothing on the sketch that shows that there's anything on the left side of the photos, I wanted to just kind of add this. I just loved this little quote from the Paige Evans cut apart sheet. And so I decided to use that. And then I used a little, another piece from the cut apart that said start here. There's some stars going up and down the page on the sketch as well. So I pulled some of the chipboard stars from the Paige Evans Turn the Page collection. And then now I'm looking through some of the other embellishments that we got in our kits. Just kind of pulling those and setting them aside to see if there's anything I want to use. I really loved this everyday piece, and I wanted something to go with that. And so what I did was I looked at some of the thickers, or the thicker collection, or the thicker sheet, I guess, that we got in our kit, and it's the Glitter Girl collection, and I decided to pull something from that. Of course, you guys, if you've been watching me a while, you know that I like really easy titles, that I cannot be bothered to be finicky with or to have tedious work in my scrapbooking. And so I decided to use the word dance from that sticker sheet. And y'all, I can't even lie, I was so close to not even using dance because it meant that I had to pull each one of the letters off. I know that sounds horrible, but I was so close to just using one of the other words because it was all one piece. And that's how lazy my scrapbooking can be sometimes. And then there's those moments where I feel like I want to get really detailed and I really want to put a lot of effort and a lot of thought. And so anyway, all that to say, I did end up pulling dance, and I really loved the way that turned out. I think that went perfect with the photos. Even though she's not dancing, I think dance can mean a lot of different things. So I'm using a couple of I wanted to spice up the page a little bit more, and so I used a couple of those clear stickers just to add at the very end, and I really love the way that turned out. It kind of looks like just a little pop of handwriting on the page. So I hope you guys enjoyed this process. Let me know if you have any comments or questions. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope you guys have a great weekend.